Hello everyone, sorry about that. I was busy with something else. Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream. I know it's been a while since I streamed, and if you have noticed, since in between the last battles to live stream and this one, we've made quite a bit of progress, and as you can see, we are now at 91 trophies, and guess what? We're 9 trophies away from the Hall of Masters, so the question is, can we make it by the end of this live stream? To Hall of Masters, that is. Well, here's the thing. In the last live stream, we managed to advance by 10 trophies, which is impressive, but things are different here at ZOMG Superdome because you won't get double trophies for winning 2 games in a row, and furthermore, not only are the games much harder here in Superdome, it is also much more difficult to find a match because there aren't many players here, and not to mention it's less than 4 days away from the end of the season, so chances of me making those Hall of Masters honestly is quite low, but I'm going to give it my shot anyway. If we can make it to Hall of Masters by the end of this live stream, we might as well. And in case you guys are wondering about random quad, we're going to do that tomorrow. But for now, let's focus on the on trying to get as many trophies as we can by the end of this live stream. Hopefully, we don't drop trophies. And if you guys are wondering about the strategy that you guys saw at the start menu, that was because the last map that I played was Inflection, and that is my strategy for Inflection. And yeah, I admit that it could have been better. It could have a slightly better strategy for that, but oh well, it is what it is. So we're just going to march right into this and pray that we won't drop trophies. Alright, and our first player is against someone who seems to be stuck in ZOMG Superdome, so it must be nice. Let's see. I prefer Gwendolyn still. And my opponent changed map. Okay, so I guess we're playing the usual strategy, that is to say bomb, bomb, farm and sub. I know the meta right now is druid, farm and sub. Basically replace the bomb replace the druid with the bomb, but we're not going to do that today. Yep, it's all correct, so without further ado, let's jump into this. Hello Dawan, welcome to a live stream, and yes, I remember you from last week's live stream. It's great to see you guys come back here. Alright, now let's see what strategy my opponent is employing, because he has Gwendolyn, so chances of him going for bomb, farm and sub is pretty low. So the alternative is druid, farm and sub, but yeah, I hope he doesn't go for that, because last time I played against a player, druid, farm, sub player in this map, it didn't go well, but thankfully he's a darling user. So dark farm ninja, maybe, who knows. Okay, let's place a bomb here, set it to close, and then get ready to send the greens. Well, we lost 1 life, but honestly that isn't so bad. All I need to do is make sure that it doesn't lag out. Hopefully, because I actually have no way of telling whether it's going to lag out or not.
Enough fuel and air, everything burns.
Yeah, we're going to lose a few lives here, but it's no big deal, right? Actually, it's not. I'm actually surprised we're leaking this many lives though, and why didn't the bomb hit? That I'm surprised of as well, but not to worry, minor details only. We can still win this. Although yes, my opponent is going for that farm ninja, unfortunately, which is a very well known strategy at this point. And I am not entirely sure how to counter that, so just try luck, I guess. I sub for a reason. Thank you for subscribing. Glad to know that my content is entertaining. And he's making that face because he knows that's the best option. The best option for me would not to go for farm, but instead upgrade my bombs, which I really should, and I'll do so now. Why? Because my opponent can send whites at me, and there's going to be a huge problem for me if I don't get heavy bombs soon. Well, I can rely on biker bones for the time being, but not for long. Okay, there we go. Now I got heavy bombs, we should be in the green. Now, just because my opponent got his farms up doesn't mean he is up in terms of eco, because as you can see, he's already relying on Grant's ability. I mean, to be fair, so did I, but that was a one-time case, and my opponent have yet to upgrade, honestly. And once it comes to purple balloons, my opponent definitely has to upgrade his startlings. So we'll see about that. I'll play the Bloons T6 Lich boss, says the one. Hang on, let me place my farm first. I'm gonna do both normal and elite. Wish me luck. Good luck with that. By the way, this week's Lich boss event, which I did complete by the way, is all camo, so and there's no Benjamin allowed, so I suggest you go with Soda as your starting hero. That's just a tip from me. Go with Soda if you want to do the Lich events this week, because it's going to help you a lot in the early rounds, especially if you want to farm. But thankfully, the boss event is on easy mode this time, so you won't lose a lot of cash per se. Well, actually, it's going to be much easier to upgrade than normal, but you also have to take into account the fact that all balloons are camo. If you want to know how I did it, just look at my old video strategies. It's pretty much the same thing. Almost nothing changes, and I don't know what my opponent actually boosted here. Does he really think I actually care about these purple balloons that much? Like, it's just a little bit of lead. Come on, you're not sending me a rush. Alright, let's start sending out the lead balloons, which by the way, is something new that I started to do, because I figured that sending out lead balloons is actually much faster to send out, it's cheaper, and it's well better than ecoing purples up to around 10. And besides, with purples, unlike purples, you can with leads you can eco until round 11 at the very least. So that. And now it's time to stop ecoing and focus on my farms, and I seem to be ahead in farms while my opponent is stuck on his startling, which is why I don't like using this strategy. Let's actually boost for the time being. I can place a second bomb here, but I'm not going to retaliate. And I've upgraded the wrong cost path. Outstanding. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Let's just sell this, get ourselves a marketplace, and I should really... Ah, okay. What a great start. I wasn't focusing, to be fair. I was focusing on my farms. Oh boy. This is not a great start to live stream, I'll be honest, because that was actually that game would have been an easy win for me if I just focused on what my opponent was sending. So, yikes. Well, that's a loss, honestly. Well, it's only the first game, not of the day, but of this live stream. Let's not make anything worse. And yes, it's going to take quite some time to find an opponent, because yeah, finding an opponent in Hall of Masters is very difficult. Oh. No. I played against this guy. Nope. I cannot tell you guys how many times I've played against this guy and I've lost. So I do not want to play against him. So I'm just going to force disconnect. So yeah, I'm sorry about the little live stream glitch there, but I'm just going to force disconnect because I don't want to play against this guy. I've played against him so many times in the past few days. I have not been able to win against him, and frankly, I'm not in the mood to lose trophies here. So yep, I forced disconnect myself. So anyway, I'm just going to wait for a minute here while we let our opponent find a match, because I do not want to have to disconnect my live stream again. And let's see if there's any towers that I can upgrade in the meantime. as in get their masteries. I'm looking for ones that are above that either I've gotten their names already, or I can get the names of these towers, which by the way cost 40,000 XP. Well, not here without using universal XP, which I do not want to use. So let's move on. And it seems like there isn't. Okay. Anyway, let's jump into battle once again and hope that I don't have to face against dead opponents again. Actually, I'm surprised I've faced against him so many times. I swear I've seen this guy before, but yeah, just let it slide, I suppose. Dino Graveyard, not a fan of Dino Graveyard for this. Oh, okay, Glade is much worse. Eesh. Well, we're going to see whether we can make this work, but chances are we're going to lose. This is the first time I'm playing Glade, by the way. I do not want to force disconnect for a second time.
Feel nature's wrath.
Oh great, my Google Chrome have crashed just as I started this battle. Oh god, okay, so if I can't see any of the comments, I apologize in advance, but let's treat this as a good thing. Maybe not allowing me to see the comments, the live stream comments, will allow me to focus more on this game, which I definitely need because I hate this map for this particular strategy. But to be fair, I don't really know any high level strategies that could work in this map yet. I haven't really had the time to, experiment. You get my drift? I'm assuming that this strategy works anyway. Biggest one for me will be Moabs. And honestly, that goes with, all strategies in this map. But I've never had to deal with this map before using this strategy, so it's worth a shot. And yes, I hope that my stream isn't crashing. But it doesn't seem to be crashing, so that's a good start, I suppose. But yeah, I guess I have to read the YouTube comments after I'm done with this battle, because I don't think it's a good idea to open up Chrome right now to resolve this issue. So let's see, my opponent has Tech and Boomerang. I'm gonna assume that his third tower is Village. Tech, Boomerang and Village. It's an interesting strategy. I mean, it works, so I'm gonna give him credit for that. And actually, I should probably set this to close if possible, because this is probably the best spot for the bomb shooter to hit his bombs. If it's too far in front, then that's not the best, As for our farms, we're going to leave it over here while we do with our usual upgrade. Now thankfully, since both of us place our defenses at the end, this means that we got slightly more time to eco. Doesn't mean I'll have an eco advantage, but I do get a better eco. Also, speaking of eco, why is my opponent still sending good blues? Why isn't he sending good greens or, whites? Which is pretty standard at this arena. Either A, he has a new off-meta strategy, or B, he doesn't know what he's doing. But I'm going to say that he has an off-meta strategy to make this work. Somehow. To be fair, I also don't know what I'm doing in this map. Now only then is he saying good greens. Is my opponent just waiting for the best time to send these balloons? As in, like, when you have a certain amount of eco, right? Sending a certain type of group Bloons is better than sending another type. Maybe he's waiting for that, because I know that the best time for you to send group yellows is around 800 to 1000 eco, and best time to send pinks is either 1500 eco or 2000, depending on how risky you want your gameplay to be. So that is a possibility, I suppose. Ah, his third tower is a wizard. Okay, so there's some potential late game here, but this means that I have to destroy his eco, or rather his Bloon sense, for this to work. And also, if I want this to have a very high chance of working, I need to win as early as possible, because late game, I can guarantee you that this strategy won't work. I know 170 my opponent can easily defend with boomerangs, so he shouldn't have a problem, which means I'm the one who has to deal with all the problems afterwards. And how am I really dealing with leaking Bloons, goddammit? I'm just going to leave that aside for now, because to be honest, I'm quite worried. Oh bother. Yep, here it comes. Well, congratulations, you have destroyed my eco. Sort of. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? We can get a sub instead. Also, I don't know why my opponent sent camo pings. Like, did he not see that I have a radioactive sub? It's strange, but nonetheless. What I do have a problem with, however, is that my opponent stands a way better chance at defending round 17 than I do. And not to mention 45 Moabs, so that's that as well. Which, like, oh dear, honestly. Which means that I probably shouldn't eco as much. Judging by the fact that my opponent isn't ecoing me that much either, means that I should probably up my anti-Moab defenses as well. So for one, get Moab Mauler set to strong, and for another, we definitely need another set of bombs. And since my opponent has finally caught on to the fact that I know what I'm doing somewhat, so I guess that's a start. Ah, first my class Bloon of the day. Well, we better boost, and I'm going to use that. We'll be fine, we'll be fine. Because we have 2 bombs here, so I'm not worried. Also, why isn't he stopping? Jesus Christ, does he not know that 2 bombs can take those out entirely? So now that his eco is gone completely, I can actually torture him with Moabs, so that's nice. Well, not gone completely, but his eco should be way down. I won't be surprised if it is. So now, time to torture him with 45 Moabs, because why not, actually. And he boosted, alright. How well would this work against my group cell mix? Nice. Good to know that the cell mix couldn't be detected under that bunch of pink Bloons, honestly, which I'm quite surprised it didn't get detected. Which, phew! Alright, at least we won. And now, time to reopen my Google Chrome so that I can check what is going on. Because without it, I don't know what you guys are saying in the chat, and I'm sorry if I haven't been reading the chat at all. So just give me a moment while I load everything back up. Hello Okatza, welcome to a live stream. And I have loaded Chrome back up, but as usual it's taking up 100% of the CPU. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the CPU to drop a little bit first before I continue playing so that I don't lag to death while I am doing this. So in the meantime, I'm not going to do random matches just yet. But what I'm going to do is actually I really shouldn't do anything, but I don't want to keep you guys bored honestly while waiting for the CPU usage to go down from 100%. So let's check out some cosmetics I have and see if there's some that I could change. Now Bloons cosmetic, I like to have 0 cosmetics because it's much easier to disguise you know, normal Bloon sense and you know the AI Bloon sense, but that's just about it. As for Moab skins, I'm just leaving that here, and actually yeah, I'm surprised that these are the only 4 Moab skins I have, and well, I guess I just have to live with them. Pop FX, and now these appeal to me, so I don't really care. And as for Boost FX, I disable all of them because I just don't like them. So there we go. And my CPU usage is still 100%. Okay, outstanding. I do not want my CPU to be at 100%. So before we jump into another battle, sorry, let's see what mastery unlocks that I could upgrade. Ocean Obin. I maxed him out. Okay. Biker Bones, I know I maxed out already. Sentai Churchill, I'm pretty sure I still have one more upgrade for him. No, a few more, but I haven't been using Sentai for quite a while. So, nope. I guess I need to load all my Chrome pages actually so that the CPU usage goes down. So, give me a moment while I load everything back up. Otherwise, I'm not going to do a battle for like the rest of the live stream, which is quite sad. So yeah. Let's see. My CPU usage still haven't dropped from 100% yet, so that's troublesome, I suppose. In the meantime, I might as well take this opportunity to actually take my coughing medicine, because in case you guys didn't know, I cough quite a bit during my live streams and I do not want that to happen. Okay, and there goes my cough medicine, and the CPU usage has dropped back down to normal. Alright, so while waiting for, you know, me to put back my medicine, let's just get a battle started, because as we all know, games in ZOMG Superdome is going to take forever to find. So anyway, while that's a bad idea, but I apologize for that, but while we're waiting for the match, for this game to find me a match, how have your guys' day been so far? Because my day has been pretty boring actually. I've purchased some games from the summer Steam sale a few days ago. From the Steam summer sale a few days ago. Only I think 1 or 2 of which I plan to make YouTube videos on at some points, but 2 of which I'm currently playing for my personal play because I don't think those will get many views, but I still think it was interesting, so I bought that. In case you guys are curious, it's some Steven Universe game, and yes, I did recently finish watching Steven Universe. It's a good show, highly recommended. Also lots of gay gems, 10 out of 10. But just kidding, I really like the storyline. I like the way that you know, I really like the character developments. There's a lot to unpack in in the show itself. And let me drink some water so that I don't cough, because I know that's annoying. Yeah. So yes, let me see if there's what other games I bought other than those two that I've mentioned. I bought Snakebird Primer, which you might think it's better than, or rather harder than Snakebird, but actually it's much easier. So I haven't played through Snakebird Primer yet, so I don't know whether I should make a video on it or not. But the Snakebird videos actually haven't been doing too well, so most likely I'm going to hold them off for the time being until I can find a way to increase the views of those videos. Alright, then we're playing against a Hall Master player, outstanding, and he wants the game to be fixed. Understandable. So let's actually show you guys my strategy for Inflection, which is not foolproof. I can assure you that, but it works well enough. I know it works well until at the very least round 18 to 20, around there. At the very least. After that, I'm still trying to figure out how best to go forward with it, but I do know quite a bit of what to do. Now, some people will argue that Obin is better, and I think it is. Obin is better because of level 20 Wall 3's ability. But I think Gwen also has advantages. First of all, her heat it up, very useful for Spectre, which you guys will see later. And second of all, you can use the fire ability that you unlock at Grand level 3. I don't remember what's its name, but that ability is much more useful than Obin's Abramos ability, let's be honest. Well, let's see, we both have a Darkling start, which is honestly not great. Because if we both have the same strategy, which it's unlikely, but if we both have the same strategy, then this means that my opponent knows how to use it a lot more than I do, and it's not going to be fun for me.
I've made some minor modifications.
Also, it seems to be quite noisy outside, so
The spirits of the forest.
not sure what that's about. Okay, so as you might notice, I'm not pushing for hard eco yet in Inflection, because so far I've not had a game using this strategy where I managed to go on past round 22, honestly. So I'm not aiming for late game here. If I was aiming for late game, then yeah, I would use the above strategy. But I'm aiming for the short term, so no, I'm not going to push too hard, you know. Hello MZack, welcome to a live stream. Okay, so we don't have the same strategy. Instead, my opponent has an out buff, which is curious. Because I actually don't know how well out buff works with Darkling. Because out buffs are not based on time, they are based on how many projectiles you can shoot out. And given the number of projectiles that Darkling can shoot out, I don't know how well an out buff might work for a Darkling. I mean, as you can see, it ran out very quickly. You can notice the circles around the the orange circles around the Darkling. The green bubbles is the lead popping power, the ability to pop leads. But you see the orange circles, yeah, they don't last. Actually, you know what? They last pretty long for a Darkling gunner. So forget everything that I just said. We may or may not be in trouble, but nonetheless, we're going to give this strategy a try anyway. So yes, this is my 3 towers, Darkling, Boomerang, and Spectre. They all have advantages and disadvantages, but I'll just say that it's going to work. I mean, it does have late game potential, I will say that. But as for how well it's going to work late game, that's another question entirely, because I don't know. I've not gotten beyond round 26 like ever, so on this map, so just we have to see. He's maybe using out Dartling and Farm of Ninjas, so I'm gonna guess that his third tower would be a ninja, because Dartling isn't well equipped to handle Moabs, honestly, before round 26 that is. And after round 26 you need a lot of cash, and yeah, if you want a lot of cash you are better off with farms, but like I say, you won't survive before round 26 if you just have farms, because farm eco isn't really the best for this map. This map is too short. Like I said before, yes, farm eco does benefit people who are playing shorter maps, but it doesn't work for all cases, unfortunately, and this is one of them. So for now, since we need to continue ecoing in this map, I'm going to go ahead and do some green eco, which I have not done before, but this is going to be interesting. And in case you guys are wondering why I'm going for a 302 rather than a 320, that's because the 320 actually pops out a lot of spike balls. So I think it's worth it, and I've seen all of my opponents who have used spike 3 in this manner before. They all done the same thing, so I don't see a reason why this should be any different. And yeah, I'm not worried about the pink balloon spam, by the way, but yeah, actually I'm actually quite curious as to the pink balloon spam, because by right you're supposed to eco like yellows all the way through, not eco pink. Maybe he's just trying to get ahead of the curve, but I don't really see how if I'm perfectly honest. Now for around 17 Moab defenses, what people normally do in this map, especially if they have Dartling, they just like to spam a few Dartlings around. And I don't, like, yeah, you might think that that's not a good idea, but what other choice you're gonna have, unless you have enough money to upgrade to a 023 Dartling Gunner. There's no way you're going to afford Moab defenses in time. And speaking of Moab defenses, it's probably a good idea to throw my opponent some Moabs. And his third tower is a sniper. Okay, so Moab rushes are the thing that is going to kill him, if so. I guess we have to see how that works out. Let's stop sending greens for the time being. Going to make him think that we're going to send him Moab, but we're not really. We're going to wait a while actually. He's upgraded his sniper, okay. Let's send 2 Moabs, and then we can send some yellows as well. And actually, speaking of upgrades, now's probably a good time to upgrade to Hydra Rocket Pods to deal with the later rounds of AI Bloons, not because of opponent's sense. This will be a very stupid upgrade for opponent's sense. And wait, no, he already got the Dartling upgrade, so yeah, I don't know. I actually didn't see how he defended it. Let me check using the stream manager, because there's a 30-second delay, so yeah, seems like he defended against it just alright. Hello Robbie, welcome to the live stream. Uh-oh, he's going to send something now, isn't he? Oh yeah, anti-mob defenses, you can go for a boomerang, that works as well. And yes, I'm very worried about what he could potentially send, what my opponent could potentially send. Given that he's using snipers right now, yeah, actually a bit worried. At least now I know why he's not ecoing as much now, because he doesn't have to. And speaking of anti-mob defenses, I should probably go ahead and get that boomerang. A bit late for that, honestly, but it's not too important. Because Spectre is going to deal fine against one more, guys. What worries me more is what might come out in the later rounds. So let's start by sending my opponents a... Let's start with a normal PFP rather than a fortified one. Because I don't know how my opponent is going to deal with it. He's just going to get a more stun, which fair enough. And yeah, the Wall Trees is going to eat that up. Of course. But will it eat up fortified PFPs? Because I don't know. I actually don't know. Now that sniper is definitely not going to cater to all the fortified Moabs. Speaking of which, he sent me a fortified ZOMG, so outstanding. Same strategy as a long time ago. You need a lot of boomerangs to defend, at least 3 more presses. But I'm going to send my opponent ZOMG of my own first. Because he can't store that forever. And actually I'm quite worried about my side as well. Seems like my opponent, it is popping the ZOMG by quite a bit, so oh boy. Welp. Need to get ready for when the ZOMG eventually does pop. I'm surprised that worked at all, honestly. Alright, moment of truth, round 26, how well are we going to do, because I have no idea. I don't think my opponent will dare send me a DET, because the Spectre can handle it just fine. Here's what I'm thinking. We send him a 45 ZOMG first. This is all out technically. I'm going to send him a 45 ZOMG first. And then when he least expected, I'm going to send him some 45 DETs. Let's test something out. Is the Moab snipers targeting strong or first? I actually can't tell. This might be a small problem. Well, let's send him 145 DET just in case. Yeah, well, that didn't work out, did it? I'm actually surprised we got this far. The fact that we managed to reach round 28 itself is an accomplishment. And yeah, I'm not going to read anything in chat because I'm fully focused on this. I would say though, the fact that my opponent has way better eco than me, that worries me. And he's gotten himself a mat. Okay, outstanding, we've lost. Yeah, good game indeed. Now, we definitely can't send DETs at my opponents anymore because he got a mat. What I can do, however, is send him this. I should know that a mat won't deal with that well. But the wall trees managed to tank it. Okay. Now we got a new problem. We're out of cash. That was a very risky move that did absolutely nothing. Yeah, no. I'm going to have to go. We have no choice but to go all out here. Why are they saying DDTs? God damn it! Yeah, no, I wasn't going to win anyway. Okay, good game. Okay, so I guess I have a new strategy to try out next. Whenever I play Inflection next, Dartling, Elk, and Sniper, because that seems to work. Alright, at least I learned something new. Even though I lost, which is a shame. And since my opponent actually knows what he's doing. Wanna hear a weird thing about Discount Village? Discount Village also discounts the price of the tower. Example, the Dark Monkey costs like $200. Then you put Discount Village, you will lose less money than 200. Yeah, that is the point of a Discount Village, is it not? Am I reading the message wrong? I don't know, but it seems to me that's the point of a Discount Village, right? Okay. Well, I'm mad that we lost, honestly. We're back at 90 trophies, which is one less than we started with. And we're close to an hour into a live stream, so this is not going well. Like I said, it's very difficult to find a match in ZOMG Superdome. Matches last extremely long, up to around 30. Honestly, same goes with Hall of Master matches. And yeah, the opponents there are actually much more competent. And speaking of competency, we're playing against someone who has and top 50 and 75% in the Hall of Masters. I am not in the mood to play Inflection again, so let's skip that. You gotta be kidding me. What's up, columns? Well, fine, Basalt columns it is. Normally in lower arenas, I do like going for Basalt columns, but not here. What is the strategy that I'm looking for? I actually forgotten what is the strategy that I go with this. Yeah, this should be it. I actually do not remember what's my strategy for Basalt columns because I've never played a single game Basalt columns since entering into ZOMG Superdome.
It's go time.
Well, let's give it a try. So my opponent has boats. Okay. I mean, boats work to a certain extent. I stopped using boats for Basalt columns a long time ago because I realized that it doesn't work too well. It just doesn't. Like, middle path boat is still the best a ZOMG2 boat. Not only because it can detect camo, but also it has longer range. But I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I could never figure out how to get boat strategy to work in this map. Like, sure, boat is good at hooking Moabs, but that's just about it, honestly. Let's get even faster shooting so I won't lose any more lives. And my opponent has gotten himself a Benjamin. Speaking of which, you guys see the new update patch notes for 1.4 version 1.4 of Battles 2. Benjamin is going to get a significant nerf, which I actually welcome, despite being a huge Benjamin user myself back in the days. Honestly, when Benjamin was first released, I thought that he should get a slight buff, but seeing as I've used him like a million times now, I think, yeah, this is probably the right decision to nerf him. Because there are arguments to both sides as to whether Benjamin should be buffed or nerf. Like for example, when it first came out, my first thought was, you know what, maybe you should buff Benjamin a bit such that you know how you know the skimming ability that he unlocks at level 4, the one where it grants you $1 for every balloon sent, but that only applies to AI balloons. I thought, yeah, maybe that should apply to player sent balloons as well, because why not? But yeah, the more I thought about it, the more I realized that, hey, you know what, actually it's a bit more powerful because it grants you more lives. Then it grants you more than 150 lives. So let's say you go to round 40, guess what, the user Benjamin wins, and that's why Benjamin is quite popular. And yeah, that is why it's probably right for Benjamin to be nerfed. Although I will say that if you make it to beyond round 40 in Superdome and Hall of Masters, I'll be surprised. Honestly, I'll be surprised, because this means that both you and your opponent don't lose a single life, which is incredible, but it's possible. And you both are really good at your game. You both know what you're doing, or you both just have the same mindset. I don't know, but if you manage to get beyond round 40 in Superdome or Hall of Masters, then it's an accomplishment by itself. So far the only tower I know my opponent is going for is boats, and bottom half boats at that. I actually haven't done the math myself. 40 times 7, so if I get a normal 200 farm, that's going to give me $240, but with a bottom path boat, which is a little bit more expensive, it's going to give you yikes. It's going to give you well, how much is it? Let's just actually sell that and get something better. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about Bloons sends for my opponent. If he sends purples, then yeah, I'll be fine against purples. Maybe. Actually, I should probably get a boomerang for that to deal with the purples. But for now, let's get radar scanners so we have some camo detection. And actually, why don't you just replace this with a boomerang? Why not? I was a bit too slow with the boomerang there, wasn't I? Oh well. Honestly, even if I upgraded the tech shooter to a 240, it's not gonna work either way. And guess what? Now we're down to 89 trophies. Well. It hasn't gotten to the point where I'm that angry yet, so let's just go on, but I need to point myself not to play Inflection again, or Basalt Columns. I'm fine with pots because I have a strategy for pots, but other than that, no, best not to touch those. So let's go for Bob, Farm, and Sub. Yes, I completely forgot what my strategy is. For what my normal strategy is. I'm not that proficient, my memory isn't that great. And yeah, it does sort of suck that there's no more double trophies gained from ZOMG Superdome, but maybe that is a right decision, but I did hope that there will be a increase to a player base here, honestly. So my opponent is going for tech shooter, which is honestly a 50-50 depending on how well my opponent knows how to use his strategy. Because so far the only game that I've ever lost in this map with this strategy is with a tech shooter, and I can see why. My opponent did a very good job defending, and yeah, that's all I'll say for now. What? Oh my god, I said to last himself close. That's why it wasn't targeting these Bloons. Minor details, but it'll be fine. I have no idea what my opponent plays going to do in here. It should be placed like here at least. But honestly, that's just a minor error. Now, if my opponent plays tech shooter, alchemist, and village, then yes, he does have a very good chance of killing me. I have no idea why my opponent is trying to go for perfect lives here, given that he just plays a tech shooter there. Like, aiming for perfect lives is like the last thing you should. It's the last thing you should worry on in ZOMG Superdome. And yes, I'm going to leave the bomb like this for the time being. I'm not going to upgrade it because I learned that in this map, bombs actually do quite well. So well, in fact, that you don't have to upgrade them to a 203. 003 actually defends just fine, which when I first learned about that, I was surprised. So there we go. That's why I'm upgrading my farms early. I'm not bothering to upgrade to a 203 just yet. I'll of course upgrade it later, but if I can farm early, might as well. So let's just test that theory out, because last time when my opponent did it, he placed his bombs over here, so it's going to be a slight difference. And yeah, okay, fine, there's some difference. Guess I'm going to get a 203 after all. So yeah, maybe that strategy only works when I have the bomb here. When I place a bomb in the upper half of the wall, not in the lower half. It's a shame though. And yeah, I'm down on lives, but it's not a big deal. And yeah, this is going to take a really long time given that we both placed our towers on the bottom half of the wall. But it's going to be good. Actually, no, it's going to be slightly worse for me, because my opponent is farming with Bloons. So yeah. And that's the problem with this strategy overall. It's the fact that it's, how do I put it? With this strategy, you most likely last until around 30 to 35 if your opponent knows what he's doing and he's playing a perfect game, because chances of you lasting beyond round 32 when your opponent sends out multiple bats, it's very close to zero with this strategy. Like you can try as hard as you want, you're not going to get that far. So it's a shame, but it's something that we have to work with. Well, unlike the previous game, or rather previous maps, bomb shooters, this upgrade especially, works very well against zebra balloons, and I can also upgrade 2 banana farms rather than 1 before round 12. How exciting is that? Because this means we can gain bananas faster. Although yeah, it's time for me to get my sub. Okay, now we can stop farming with 860 eco, which is a lot. And I'm going to get my marketplace, and I'm going to place down a second bomb. And I'm not worried about the green balloon, even if I leak it, so what? We're already down by close to 50 lives. Who cares? I'll see if I can get central market soon though. So I'm correct that his second tower is indeed a village. What surprises me though is that I don't know what his third tower is, and I'm surprised he hasn't placed down an alchemist. Normally what I see people do is, with this strategy at least, let's get our bomb first. Normally what I see people do with this strategy is, first they place a tech shooter there, and then they place their alchemist there. So yeah, I'm surprised my opponent didn't do that. And let's sell the bomb, so I can upgrade to central market earlier, and then we can rebuy the bomb. It's an investment. And yeah, my opponent can send me Vigo Cell all he likes. I'm just going to rebuy the bombs, who cares? It's too late because I already got to my, you know, farms. Let's go ahead and wait for another. Wait until we can upgrade another central market. Sorry, not another central market. We need to upgrade a BRF, which we need 11,000 cash, and theoretically we can do it by round 17. But that is also the round where my opponent can send Moabs, and judging by his behavior, he's most likely going to send a Moab. So I'm going to get a bomb just in case. Doesn't mean we can't sell our farm though. Right, there we go. And hello there, round 16 BRF. And yes, I've heard stories of people getting Monkey Wall Street by round 19. I think we can get that if our opponent chooses not to send anything at us. And I'm scared of sending my opponent a Moab in case you guys are wondering. Fortified Moab, sure, why not? But not the regular Moab. Oops, he's not sending anything. And my instincts are right because he did send a Moab. Oh wow. Although I should probably get something for those fortified Moabs that are going to come out inevitably later. And yes, I'm trying to give these subs perfect placement because you can fit 3 subs in one area. So I'm just going to send him a fortified Moab and see how well he defends against them because oh, his other towers are ice. That works as well. Sure. Well, he needs to get a middle pass factory if he wants to save his life. That was very clutch. Oh yeah, I've forgotten I need to get a sub as well. And I've forgotten to upgrade to sell my farms and get a what is it, bottom path farm. Oopsie, my bad. But that's just a minor mistake, right? No, actually that's a huge mistake because that means I'm behind in farming. Because the second I get my Monkey Wall Street, I'm extremely safe. So let's get our Monkey Wall Street now. And it seems that my opponent has finally decided to send me some fortified Moabs. That's not a big deal. I now have the money to defend. No, I'm not going to send my opponent a 45 BFB. What I want to do instead is to focus on farming. Actually, come think about it, I can send my opponents. I don't need to send my opponent a fortified ZOMG. I can just send him a regular ZOMG, can I? Because the faster he pops it, the less time he has to upgrade his ice to a bottom path ice, which he desperately needs. So let's just send him one regular ZOMG. I'm worried that if I send a 45 ZOMG, he has enough time to get his ice, just because the ZOMG moves slower. Well, he's getting a lot of tech shooters now, that's for sure. Although, to be fair, I don't know how effective that's going to be. Let's try boosting against him. Ah, okay, he got the what's it, the middle path blade maelstrom thingy. Okay, fair enough. I did make him waste his eco though, so that's a good start, I assume. Meanwhile, we're going to afford a Bloon Crush soon. But first, let me actually place my subs just so that I know that they can fit in the map. Outstanding. Okay, so we're going to focus primarily on farming for now. Yeah, we can sell these 2 farms, no problem, and afford a Banana Central. Now, if my opponent thinks he can kill me by sending me DTs, all I have to do is just sell my farms and upgrade the Bloon Crush, which shouldn't be a big problem for me. I'm going to guess that I am forced to sell my farm, so I'm actually not going to upgrade this farm because I know my opponent likes to try and kill me, put it that way. And given that he's getting Millpuff Village, he seems to be very worried right now. So I need to have at least $40,000 if I want to sell just 1 farm. So need to keep that in mind. Seems like he's not selling his farms. Sorry, seems like he's not selling DT just yet, because he knows that it's going. Oh yeah, because it's going to kill his equal as well if he sends DTs. So more farms for me, I guess. Might as well spend this time getting farms. I can also get IMF loan. Why not? If my opponent wants to try and kill me, he can go ahead and kill me. But I'll be way up in eco. So it's not gonna happen, is it? At most I just lose 1 Monkeynomics. And that's it. Alright. Okay, now I actually have to stop being greedy and get a Bloon Crush soon. Rather now. And I need to focus on farming. Because I want to kill him ASAP. Or rather not ASAP, I want to try and send him a fortified bat at 130. So first things first, I'm going to get my 45 modifier up, and in case you guys are wondering why I'm not saving out money, because 130 is just 1 BFB, so all the farms will just spew out all of its farm contents immediately, so I'm safe in terms of farming. So actually it's a good idea for me to farm as early as I can. I'll be honest, till this day, in both Bloons TE6 and in Battles 2, I have no idea what the Ice Monkey Brittle, the 5XX, actually does to Moab class Bloons. I actually don't know. Oh, there's no Bloons being sent, so I better get ready. Well, let's send a bat. And then we can upgrade our sub of our own as well. It's probably a good idea to get preemptive strike. But you know what? Let's send ZOMGs as well, since my opponent is not doing anything about it. Or actually, you know what? I actually don't know how well his defense can deal with this. I also have no idea whether he's boosting or not. Seems like he's boosting. In which case, I'm not going to send anything just yet. All I know is that it's lagging quite a lot. And he did leak some fortified ceramics, which I'm actually surprised he did. So one thing to note is that it did sort of work, sort of. And yes, I'm just going to keep sending him bats. Why? Because it's going to keep him distracted. It's going to force him to constantly upgrade. Actually seems to be doing a little bit better. Because he got the what's it, that upgrade. Okay, fair enough. Let's do that, send a few more dense ZOMGs along with it. Let's do a little bit of bloom boost. It's lagging quite a lot. I'm sure it's lagging on this side as well, because honestly, who wouldn't lag here? And yeah, the fortified ZOMGs, their purpose is just to, you know, serve as a shield for the fortified bats. Although I would say that I'm surprised he got quite far actually. So maybe this is a new strategy that I need to learn as well. I did see he boosted his towers, so this is interesting. Let's get a preemptive on our side while our opponent is distracted. There we go. And I'm going to wait to send him another 45 bat, which is about now. Now at this point I need to keep my opponent distracted with constant ZOMG and a bad sense, or else this won't work. Although I seriously need to know how he's buffing, how all these tech shooters are this powerful. I'm honestly surprised that they are all this powerful. Ah, he's buying and reselling the Middle Path Village. That's interesting. See, my opponent just needs to survive until 140. Okay, I guess it's time for an all-out. I really don't have a choice but to all-out him, because there's no way I'm going to defend against this. Oh my god, it's lagging a lot. This is just like the what do you call that? The you know how you go late game in Bloons T6 and the game lags a lot. It feels like this. Oh, we have some leaking 45 DETs. I did not see that coming. And I think my opponent is lagging so much that he couldn't do anything about it either. Wow. Honestly, I was going to go for that tech shooter strategy, but maybe I'll stick with farms for now. Maybe farms is, you know, slightly better. Alright. And it only took us like what, half an hour to get back to exactly where we started. And so congratulations, Calplus. Wow. That was a long game for nothing. Ugh. Now, on the bright side, from the next update onwards, when the season resets, we're going to get 75% of the trophies, rather than 50% of the trophies, which is something that I complained about a long time ago, which means that my progression to ZOMG Superdome should be a lot faster, and so will a lot of people's. But this is not going to make things easier for me. Oh, fantastic. We're playing against another, what is it? I'm playing against another Call of Master player. Sorry for the coughing. Since we're here, let's try out my strategy for this map. Where is it? What's the tower that I'm looking for? Okay, damn it. I don't remember what the tower I'm looking for is.
Careless man dweller. Feel nature's wrath.
It may or may not be dead, because it certainly isn't farms. It was a sub. It was a sub. Okay, god damn it. Well, to state the obvious, we're playing against a Hollow Master player, so chances of us winning are very low, especially given the fact that I already screwed up my start. Like, I shouldn't even have started off with Obin. What am I doing?
Stop this.
I just gave my opponent a free win, didn't I? I completely forgotten what I'm supposed to do. See, even my opponent can place Obin by 1-1, so yeah, that's how screwed I am. Normally I would have just resigned by now, but I'm going to see if I can salvage this, but chances are almost zero. There's almost no way I'm going to salvage this. Well, it was worth the effort, I suppose. Spending half an hour to get a trophy, just lose it all in 5 minutes. Just because I couldn't remember what that tower is. So I guess this is just a ace only strategy, which is not going to go down well. And I think my opponent knows that too. So yes, I am placing a second ace here. First off, it increases DPS, and yes, my opponent's face palming, but it doesn't look like I care, does it? And secondly, let's switch it back to figure 8. And secondly, because I think it's better if never miss targeting is positioned here. So there you go. Those are two reasons as to why I'm placing a second ace. And yes, there are times before where I haven't been able to upgrade to a 203 plane in time, and my opponent stands wise, and therefore I wasn't able to defend against them. Hence why I've gotten 2 aces. So you can laugh at me, some opponents. I actually don't care. Let's just get a spy plane. Like I'm losing like close to half the DPS here because of both faster firing and more shots. And the buff isn't going to help here. But I don't have a choice because I don't have a radioactive sub. So this is the only thing that I can go for. The only thing I have going for me is that I don't have to worry about lead Bloons for now. Although strangely, my opponent isn't Placing now his Alchemist just yet, which I have no idea why. Yeah, now that he plays down his Alch, but it's not going to make a difference, honestly. Huge chance I'm going to lose regardless. I can try to rush him, but it's not going to work. Most likely he's going to counter rush me. Yeah, I couldn't even send the correct balloons. Let's just get stronger stimulants. And he already gotten his radioactive sub. Okay. Let's see how my opponent does against a group Z boss. Quite well actually. Doesn't even need to boost, and he gotten a sub. And okay, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to lose this because I didn't get a sub, so I'm just going to resign. Yeah, I know, disappointing game, but yeah, I didn't get the right towers. My opponent is a Hollow Master player. They used to expect me to win that match. It's best not to waste anyone's time with a poorly thought out strategy. Well, let's try to win at least one more game. Because now we know that we're not going to get to Hall Masters by the end of the season. Who am I joking? And not to mention the long search times in ZOMG Superdome really doesn't help. Because this means you're just going to face one opponent, and that opponent is most likely going to be someone who wants to go into Hollow Masters. I hate Cold Wood, no. I hate Dino Graveyard as well. Castle Ruin, you gotta be serious. You gotta be joking me. I hate Castle Ruins too, but I don't feel like disconnecting. Why did I replace the farm? I needed the farm. Alright, let's see how much damage we can deal against our opponent.
Benjamin is in the house.
Just realized, my opponent's, what is it, the border. My opponent's border is a Hollow Master border, so yes, my opponent is a Hollow Master player. Well, that's good to know. Let's see. I actually don't know what is the best bomb placement for this map. All I know is that it's best to leave it first if we're going to place it here. And my opponent is a darling player, so this ought to go somewhere interesting.
Let's make Make some noise.
Oh yeah, my opponent's hero is banned. So honestly, that's just normal with darting strategies. Why isn't he just facing his darting down here? He'll just he'll defend better. Like, does he really care that much about lives? Come on, you got a Benjamin, dude, and you already got first blood. Doesn't matter. Well, let's just get heavy bombs regardless, and I'm thinking we should probably leave it at last, or rather close, but we'll leave it at first and see how well it does. Because I always try to avoid castle ruins whenever I'm faced against this map. Yeah, I forgot to place on my second farm. I was checking the live stream. Seems like no one's chatting, so that's nice. Although I'm surprised that my opponent is doing better, I honestly expected him to do better. Alright, let's just focus on this match completely since no one's chatting. So for now, we're both equal on the eco. I'm not worried about my opponent sending Vigo Zebras. We're going to defend against that just fine. I think we can upgrade one of them to marketplace. I think. Yeah, we did, but it is a very risky play. Well, let's get our camo sub. Since my opponent didn't notice that I didn't even get my camo, anti-camo. Well, he did send camo purples, but by then it's a bit too late, thankfully. And yeah, that's another reason why I hate this map. The camo detection here really sucks. So I have to place a bomb shooter at the bottom there if I want to have a chance of, you know, popping more balloons that is sent by the AI, and I'm surprised I lost to a Bloon. Okay. Well, we tried. Well, let's see, we started off this live stream with what, 91 or 90 trophies, and we ended off this live stream with 88 trophies, so that's a net loss of 2 to 3 trophies, so that is nice. And yeah, guess I won't be able to get the Hall Masters in this live stream, but I really thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you like it, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.